The night air hung heavy over the Prime Minister's residence, thick with silence and the distant hum of sleeping Lagos. Inside, the nation's leader rested, unaware that history was already clawing at his door. "Who's there?" a calm voice queried from within. The answer came not in words, but in force. The doors burst open under the weight of military boots. Major Ifeajuna stepped forward, pistol raised, eyes hardened by decision. "You're under arrest, sir," he declared. The Prime Minister, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, did not shout. He did not plead. He rose slowly from his bed, his expression disciplined, almost meditative. "All right," he replied gently. "Allow me to dress up." There was something almost ceremonial in the way he prepared himself. A white flowing robe, white trousers, slippers, his prayer beads wrapped carefully around his fingers. The soft click of beads against beads echoed faintly as he stepped forward. He walked out under armed escort, not as a man dragged into chaos, but as one stepping into destiny. Outside, engines idled. Metal gleamed beneath faint streetlights. Nearby, chaos wore a different face. Chief Okodi Igbo, the finance minister, had already been seized. Captain Nzeogwu had tossed him into the back of a 3-ton truck without ceremony, like cargo, like something already claimed by the night. The Prime Minister, by contrast, was ushered into the back seat of a red Mercedes-Benz, Major Ifeajuna's car. A strange contrast of dignity and doom. The convoy moved. They drove through sleeping roads toward their rendezvous point, the darkness swallowing them mile after mile. But a few kilometers in, something shifted. In the back seat, Tafawa Balewa grew restless. His fingers tightened around his prayer beads. His lips moved in quiet murmurs. His eyes flickered, not with fear, but with something deeper. Resolve, perhaps, or realization. Okafor noticed first. He leaned toward Ifeajuna. "Sir." The major's jaw tightened. He slammed the brakes. The Mercedes screeched to a halt. He stepped out, circled the car, and opened the rear door. "Are you all right, sir?" Ifeajuna asked evenly. "Or would you like some fresh air?" The question hovered between them. It was rhetorical. It was loaded. The Prime Minister did not answer. He stepped out gently, adjusting his robe. He walked away from the car at a measured pace, white fabric glowing faintly under the dim sky. Ifeajuna watched. 1 step, 2 steps. Then, the walk turned to a brisk pace. The pace turned to a sprint. White against darkness. A fleeing figure streaking into the night. Ifeajuna did not chase. Instead, he reached into the car, grabbed his gun, cocked it with mechanical precision, and raised it toward the fleeing silhouette. The robe made him visible, too visible. The revolution had already begun to crumble. The operation was unraveling. The Prime Minister was no longer a bargaining chip. He was a liability. Gunfire shattered the stillness. Sharp cracks ripped through the night like dried leaves catching fire. Muzzle flashes blinked against the dark as bullets tore through the silence. Then, the white figure collapsed. Stillness returned, but it was no longer peaceful. Ifeajuna stared into the darkness, breath steady but eyes searching. Had he hit him? He walked forward slowly. The Prime Minister lay motionless on the earth, prayer beads scattered beside him. The golden voice of Africa had fallen silent. After confirming there was no breath, no pulse, the major dragged the body to a nearby tree trunk. He positioned it carefully in a seated posture. The robe remained intact, almost untouched, ghostly white against bark and soil. History would remember the image. But the night was not finished. From the boot of the Mercedes, they retrieved another body, Larjima's corpse. They laid him beside Tafawa Balewa, 2 still figures bound by the same violent chapter. The coup had failed. Momentum was gone. Coordination had fractured. What was meant to be swift and decisive had become desperate. Without another word, Ifeajuna and Okafor climbed back into the Mercedes. The engine roared. They sped away along the Abio-Kudasegamu road, racing toward Enugu in the east, nearly 450 kilometers away. The tires swallowed asphalt as if trying to outrun consequence itself. Behind them, beneath a tree in the dark, the night held its secrets. And Nigeria's history turned a page written in gunfire. This has been Tales Sanctuary, where history breathes in shadows and stories echo through time. If you were captivated by this retelling, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more powerful stories from the past.